Hey guys, welcome to JSA's Bible study for the week. We are in Philippians chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. Now, whenever you get on somebody's boat, there is always some house rules. And when JSA first got a boat, I was the guy who needed to set all the rules for the boat. After driving about 300 hours in 2 summers, I quickly became the expert for what should and should not happen on JSA's boat. But there's always some guy who wants to get on the boat and tell you how to do stuff. Whether it's how to weight the boat, or how to teach somebody how to get up, or my favorite one, which is how to wrap a wakeboard rope. There are tons of different ways to do this, right? Some people like to start with the handle, some start with the tail end, some start with a Velcro strap and tie a loop on the end or whatever. And then you have the guy who likes to just wrap it around his arm and throw it in the bottom of the boat, right? As humans, we can always find something that we disagree about and something to argue about. And I can tell you this because I'm actually the best at it. Because my way of doing things is always going to be better than everybody else's way, right? In Philippians, Paul is actually addressing that there were some disagreements in the church. And people were arguing for what they believed was the truth. But those arguments were actually pulling people apart, right? And I remember one time we were doing a Bible study, we were out on the lake, and there were some disagreements about one of the passages that we were reading. And so the guys were like having this heated argument, right? But the important thing to note is that in the church of Philippi, the arguments were pulling these people apart, okay? And so in Philippians chapter 2, verses 1 through 11, Paul basically says, look, if you as a Christian have received anything, any encouragement, any comfort, any love, any tenderness, or any compassion, then be like-minded. Have that same love, right? Be one in spirit. Be one in mind. Don't selfishly be motivated to just do whatever it is that you want to do. Instead, value others above yourself. Look to their interests. Have the same humble mindset of Christ Jesus. So, what is the mindset of Christ? Well, in the next verses, Paul actually goes on and he explains the mindset of Christ. He explains how Jesus is God in his nature. Jesus knows who he is, that he is God, and that he has the power of God, he has the knowledge of God, everything, right? Jesus is God. However, in his life on earth, Jesus didn't use his deity or his godness to live out his humanity. He was born as a human. He grew and he learned, just like you and I. Everything he knew, everything he did, it wasn't because he is God. You see, he didn't use that to his advantage. It's like when I race my 6-year-old swimming around the boat, right? It's pretty obvious, like I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm a better swimmer. But I don't swim at full speed because I want to swim with my kid and I want to see my kid win and experience the joy, right, of beating their dad, right? And Jesus humbled himself. He made himself nothing. He became a servant to be with us. And he chose to die in our place. And then God the Father exalted Jesus above everyone, above every name, right? And so Paul is saying that we need to have the same mindset as Christ in our relationships, with our friends, with our family, even our enemies and complete strangers. Our mindset should be humble, that we exist to serve them, that it's not about us, it's not about me. Now, this doesn't mean that we are insecure or that we allow ourselves to be bullied or abused or that we compromise the truth in any way, but we should have that same mindset as Christ Jesus, who literally gave his life for us. He gave his life for our good. He served us. And if we've received anything from him, we should be humble. We should be like-minded, having the same love that Jesus had for us, for other people. Jesus didn't tell us that our job is to always be right, okay? He didn't say, you gotta always be right about everything. Instead, he said that we are to love one another. So I want to challenge you this week, look towards the interests of others. Be a servant. Don't be selfish and arguing. Instead, value others above yourself, because Jesus valued you and Jesus loved you. And so share that with other people. Have the same mindset as Christ. I'll see you next week.